Hi everyone, this is Mr. Fusion Designs and welcome to our channel. Today we have a build from Fanhome. This is the Iron Man. It is pack 21 from issue 79 all the way to issue 82. I don't believe this is available anymore at the time of this recording, but I'm not sure if it will be in the future. The only reason why I am building this now because I had a few issues with my home and I've recently moved back and I'm catching up on all my builds, so I am getting there. So we are still doing the shoulder joints, so this shouldn't be too bad. Okay, looks all right. That's a cool picture. So let's get on with that one. So we have our shoulder joint, and this is from our previous issue. As before, there is a, where are we? A groove that you just slot this in, as you can see. There you go, like that. And we need to get a screw down the middle of that. That is a QP screw, so let's just get that screwed in. So that's secured in place. Now we have this cap, as you can see. Let's drop that in the middle. Now this ball joint, let's try and balance this. It's going to be quite difficult, so I'm going to hold it in my hand, pop this through the ring like so, but we need some screws. So yeah, I thought that's going to pop out, so let's get our screws ready. So let's just pop that back in, and you have to line this up. There is a peg, where are we? Just there. And we have this part here. You just line this peg up to the middle of that, like that. And we have to just get our LP screws. Now the thing is, you do not tighten this fully. Just get your 3 screws in first, and then tighten that up. So we get in our first LP screw in place. So you can see that's not screwed in just yet. Then our next one, you have to screw this in gradually, because otherwise it won't go, and just straighten that up. Once this fully is tightened up, it is quite difficult to move this ball joint, but it is meant to be like that. It's because of the weight of the arm that will be on there. So we're going to start to now screw this fully. As you can see, just take your time, start to go round until you see that gap closing up. So that's one side done there, and let's just straighten this up a bit more. It is very tight, but don't worry, it should be like that. You do not want these parts at all flopping around, otherwise you're going to have a floppy arm. So I believe that's now tightened up, so we're going to get this now in place. So this is our chest piece, and we're going to do something now. I'm going to put this part, it is, if I remember from Thingiverse, and I can't even remember, if you type in maybe Fanhome Iron Man, you might get this part. It is to strengthen the shoulder plate and give it more strength, really. So this just fits over these 2 pegs, and you just push that through. It is made from PETG, this part, and it is like rock, really. It's really hard. So we're gonna push this as far back as possible, and you can see it just clicked in place, and yeah, that should be good. There we go. So you will see why in a minute. So let's just leave this just here. Now we're gonna need to take apart, and we need to unscrew this so we can get this in place, which is a bit unusual, but yeah, let's give it a go. Gonna try to leave the screws in so I don't lose them. Okay, so now I can see why. So you could gain access to these two parts. So you can see where that needs to go onto those two pegs. And it's doesn't matter which way this goes. It's just as long as it goes where it should. So hopefully you can see that it is a flush fit on both sides. And you can see why now. That is quite an important bit. It just gives it that bit of strength that I think it needed. But this is not from my design. This is a design from someone from Thingiverse. So give that a shot if you need it. So we have two IM screws that we need to get just here. I did dip mine a little bit in oil, because that is going into metal. It should make it a lot easier. One more here. There might be quite a few surprises on this build that I'll be doing quite a few mods. So you'll see that probably throughout the ending of this build. And I'm not going to do the traditional what everyone else is doing, where they just making it straight up. I probably do the other poles. So now we need to get this screw back in place. That's both of them screwed in, and we need to just tighten the two ends up. I really do think that design is great. I think that's really well made, and it does seem to be like, oh, let's see if I can move this. You can, just about. It does give it a lot of strength there for this part, and hopefully we'll hold these in position like it should. So yeah, let's get on with the next one. So we are back now with these parts. You can see we need to retrieve one of these parts from a previous issue. And where is it? And there's an L just there. So I think we need the right side. You can't get mixed up with these, and that's the right. You just need to line that up like that. So the right side is just here. Because if you try to put the L one, you can see it doesn't line up. Plus, this was wrong. I think it was the excitement of the mod that I've installed this incorrectly. It was the opposite way, so I had to unscrew it and flip it around because of this joint. It lines up in the middle of this circle, so it was my fault, but I did correct it. And you can see that just lines up like that, and we need to get some screws in that, and we need to put 2 EM screws. I'm gonna dip mine a bit in oil because it's going into metal, and get our screws in place. That's now in place, and it is very firm. We need to do the exact same on the opposite side. So this is the left one. Again, just line that up, and you can't really get that wrong. You can see the hole, hopefully just there. Again, 2 EM screws. Dipping mine a little bit in oil. Let's put our screw on the screwdriver and get that in place. So that's now in place. I think without the oil, I think that's going to be quite difficult to get in, but it's there now. Now we need one more part. Let's just jump to this camera and you can see this ball joint. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. And it just needs to slide onto this position. So you just there, push that through, and there you go. So you could see that's now pushed in, and that is the end of this issue. It's starting to take shape. So let's get on with the next one. This is issue 80. So I believe we have another 20 to go, which shouldn't take too long to get there. So we're continuing on to what we have just built, and really there's just one part to be fitted, so that shouldn't take too long. So let's get on with that. So back with our part, we have this, as you can see, and we need to put it into this direction, and it has some points where you need to just slide it in place. So just there, make sure that's engaged, and then 2 screw holes there and there, and we need to put EM screws just there. So that is really the end of our issue. So you can see 2 screws in position, and that's it. So let's get on with the next part. This is issue 81. So I think there's the inner detail of the back. Okay, so we just have 2 parts to be screwed in place. But you have these issues, but then I'm pretty sure it's going to get a lot more difficult. So let's get on with that one. This is the part what comes in this issue. The paint is absolutely amazing. It really is. It's like a candy apple red. So we need to get these parts in. So if you try to get it into the side that it doesn't need to go, you can see it doesn't fit. So it will only go one way, as you can see. And we need to get a IP screw in this location, just there. There we go. My screw just came off. Let's give us a second. So that's one. So we need to do the opposite side. And let's line that up again with a IP screw. That's nicely in place and it's looking really good, but that is the end of our issue. So let's get on with the next one. This is issue 82. So this is our final issue. So there's a lot more involved. There's like a spring, a catch. So you can see there's a bit more to do in this one. So it's not all too bad. Okay, so let's get on with that one. We have this spring now and this part. So we're going to just get this a bit closer. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So just like that. Hopefully you can see the spring, what I'm doing like that. It will go just there. And when this will be located, it will go into this position. But you will see why in a minute. We're going to need, let's just leave that just there for now. This part. and this post pin, and you need to put it into this direction. It doesn't matter which way the post goes. So, as you can see, it's just pushing slightly out there. I'm gonna get a close up so you could see exactly what I'm doing. And we need to push that pin through, and then it will go. It will go through to the other side of this. So let's just push the pin further through until we reached the pin where it needs to go, and there we go. And then that just goes through to the other side. So you can see it has a spring mechanism. So just push that all the way. So that wasn't too bad, that was quite good actually. So that's the way that should be going, I believe. So we're going to go now. I think that's the way it's going to be installed. But let's see. We have our back plate now. So we have this part. So you can see, hopefully, the way that drops in. Like that. We're going to need 2 springs. This should be fun. Goodness me. Let's see how we work this out. So 2 springs will just go into that position, and then with the part we just put together, we're going to, I can't really tip that up, but you have 2 location pins there that you need to put the pins on top of that and then screw it in place. So let's give that a shot. That's 1, and do I have 2? I think we've done it. Goodness me, first go. Let's see. Did I? Or didn't I? I don't think I did. Or maybe I did. I believe I did. Goodness me, that was lucky. Okay. It's a bit of a difficult part, really, to get in. I hope that's the way it works, but let's try. These are 2 HM screws. So I believe that is working correctly. There's some kind of button that you press there, so that looks like it should work. But I'm not sure if this has to go. I think this has to go forward. I'm not sure if that has to work like that. To me, that don't look right. I'm gonna loosen mine and then try get that button to go forward. Let's see if that looks better. So I'm not sure if this works like that. We will see when it needs to be installed. Or did this part? To me, it looks a bit strange. But I think if you press this now, that's kinda doing something to the next part. So at least both of them are like operating now. I'm gonna leave mine like that. I'm not sure if that's working correctly, but that's that part. And this is this part, and that is the end of our issue. I really hope you enjoyed that. It was a little bit fun actually. I liked it, especially the mod that we did. And if I could just ask you again a big favor, For all of our viewers, if you could hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up, it will be helping us to produce more videos and builds as it promotes our videos to be pushed out more. So with that said, I would like to thank you all for watching and look forward to seeing you all next time. So goodbye for now.